Alright, dude. It's me, Z, and welcome to another episode of Box Talkin with Z. This is the series where I read your comments from a previous video and try to get a discussion going by showing off the various points of view we all have. So if you didn't already know, dude, a few weeks ago I asked you to help me decide which next-gen console to get between the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. And if you wanted to go back and check out that video, I'll have it linked above and below, but for now, let's get the show on the road. But first, I just wanted to say thank you for everyone who took the time to leave a comment, and I had a lot of fun reading every single one. Now let's get on with it. There were quite a few different opinions on which next-gen console is better, and a lot of good reasons for each one. So to start off, I want to look at the section of the comments who are in favor of PlayStation. To start us off, Rad Tony said, "I'm a bit late to this, but oh well. I would personally go for the PS5, and the main reason is the exclusives. When you mentioned $70 for games, I had to go back and look that up. To my surprise, yes, they are, and that makes me a little less enthused about the new console. If you haven't had much experience with Xbox and their games, then I would say go get an Xbox. But if Microsoft keeps buying companies that make games for both systems, then I would really have to think about what console I get. With Microsoft owning Bethesda now, I already am thinking a little bit. System power wise, I don't think the difference would be far enough for me to really care about what is more powerful. And I don't look for the little dips in quality anyways. But that's just my opinion, and it don't bother me what you get, but I feel like they would buy both." Sorry about the long reply, I was just getting out what I was saying. Hope you're happy with your choice when it is time. Okay, so first off, thank you for the comment, and what was said here was echoed loud and clear amongst the various comments in favor of PlayStation. A lot of people feel like there is a clear divide in terms of console exclusives, and that's a major reason to go with PlayStation 5. Another commenter, Angel Lopez, said, "Xbox does not have any console exclusives games until 2022 and won't have any games until 2022 as well, except Halo 64. And Xbox won't even have ray tracing day one. PlayStation has amazing games while Xbox has no games. The PlayStation won't overheat like the Xbox. The PlayStation 5 looks better, in my opinion, but at the same time, you won't even be looking at the console." Whitney's Way said, "Buy the PlayStation 5 because exclusives interest you more. It might be more expensive, but you'll value what you're spending your money on versus settling for a bargain you don't really want." The Disturbed One says, "Just get the PS5, your Sith Lord demands it." And you can't argue with the Sith Lord. I think the big takeaway from the Sony ponies is that the PlayStation seems to be more focused on showing the exclusives, since the power level of the console seems to be about the same. That even though the Xbox is on the same league in terms of raw horsepower, there is a big distance in terms of the quality exclusives being shown. This brings me to the section of the comments that were in favor of Xbox. Boss Sean says, "The Xbox Series X is the best deal in probably gaming history with Game Pass. Plus, they have more studios, way more exclusives coming, and Microsoft/Xbox is buying more studios. Xbox has the brighter future, more power, more value, and the better exclusives in my opinion already. Gears 5, Forza Horizon 4, Hellblade 2, Crossfire X, Avowed, and more. And next year they'll be releasing Starfield and Halo Infinite. Bro, the PS5 is a pass. They just simply won't have the games. You'll be lucky to get 3 or 4 good exclusives out of Sony for an entire gen as per usual for Sony. The Xbox Series X will be doing that every year. I'm definitely buying the Xbox Series X. Literally everyone I know is leaving PlayStation and switching to the Xbox Series X." And first, thanks for the comment, and I have to admit that I agree with a good chunk of what's being said here. The value that the Xbox is offering this time around is unreal, and Game Pass being $15 a month for all of the third-party games and most of the first-party games is a game changer, especially in a world where PlayStation is selling games for $70 a pop. Also, the fact that Microsoft keeps buying up game studios like Bethesda kind of eliminates the argument that they have no exclusives coming. This next comment from Chad Rowan follows up on the value of Xbox by saying, "Come back to the Xbox fold. It's all about the content, which I believe Microsoft has the edge in the future. Better online experience all around. $34.99 a month for 2 years with Game Pass instead of $500 upfront, and nada from Sony." And I have to admit that when I found out that Microsoft was offering the Xbox Series X with 2 years of Game Pass for only $34 a month, I became extremely intrigued in Xbox again. It just seems like Xbox is looking at the future and trying to get the gamers they lost from the current gen by offering good perks. Creeper says, "Xbox Series X doesn't track your party chat like PS5. Now this is something that I didn't actually know about until recently, and I have to say that if it's true, it's a huge blow against PlayStation for me. Even though I don't typically play games online, it is really discomforting to hear that Sony would track and record your party chat. And hopefully this comes out false, but in the meantime, Yazan says, "Xbox, of course. Ponies have no chance. So the gist of what I got from the Xbox is that Microsoft may not have the big exclusives today, but in the future they will, and to hold us off, there is an incredible value to entice us in the world of Xbox all over again. This brings me to the section of the comments that didn't quite fall into either of these categories, and we're going to start with Jonah G, who says, when they were announced, I too was debating which next-gen console to get. Option A, PS5, which looks good, but right now most games will be available on PS4. Option B, Xbox. Graphics look just as good, but there's all the backwards compatibility. Well, I chose option C. Instead of pre-ordering anything, got me an Oculus Quest 2 as an early birthday present. And oh boy, I'm glad I saved my VR for the first time for this cable-free, hassle-free experience. I don't see me playing anything else for a while. Peter Ongoro says, I don't care which people buy, the Xbox or the PlayStation, you just get to enjoy their features, graphics, games, etc. Next up, I'll leave a comment here from Custudio JC12. And they pretty much break down an extensive list of what each console is offering. It's a really long comment, so I won't have time to read it off, but feel free to pause the video and check it out. And I just wanted to say thank you, dude, for taking the time to lay it all out for us. And to wrap things up, we have a comment from my boy, Super Giant Mario 64, who says, wait a year and see what each console has to offer by that time. Plus, if there's any kinks that need to be fixed, they should have it all sorted out by then. So that's gonna wrap it up for the comments, and I wanted to thank you all again for everyone who left one. I really appreciate it. Now I know what you may be thinking, but Z, you never told us which console you're gonna get. Wasn't that the whole point of this video? And that's true. As of right now, I can't get any of them until they go back on sale. But if I have to answer the question, after reading your comments, I'm leaning more towards the Xbox Series X. And I know what you're thinking. Calm down. The fact is, the Xbox is the console I'm more excited for right now because of Game Pass, Halo, backwards compatibility. But I can't deny that when God of War Ragnarok comes out, I will be there no matter what on the PlayStation 5. So the answer is, I'll most likely be getting the Xbox Series X first because Halo Infinite is coming out sooner. And when God of War comes out, I'll be grabbing a PS5. So that's it, dude. Now I know I offended every single one of you, so make sure to complain it all the way in the comments down below. And remember that I'm a Nintendo fanboy for life, so none of this really matters all that much anyway. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like. And share this video with someone else who's undecided for next gen. And subscribe so you don't miss any more videos. Alright, dude, I'll talk to you later.
Mm-hmm.